Big B on the track. Oh, boy.
Captain Saber Bro is here to save the day.
Playerism is the antidote to feminism.
You want her to pay for this shit.
No, but I can tell you, women ain't gonna try you if they feel like they can't try you. If they tried you, they felt like it was something else got going on. Worry about you. Worry about you, how you treating me. So make sure you hit that like button.
Hey, what's going on? Can you guys hear me? If y'all can hear me, let me get a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear me. If you guys can hear me, let me get a number 1 in the chat. Let me get a number 1 in the chat if you guys can hear me. All right, cool. How's the volume? Is the volume good? Loud, crisp, and clear. Okay, let's get it. Let's get a roll call, man. I'm back in this joint, man. As you guys could see, you know, the setup is a little janky. I haven't set the studio up. I haven't set the studio up yet, so I was gonna wait until I get all that done, but I was like, nah. I gotta get to them. So do y'all care about good game or do y'all want a good background? Do y'all need the good background to go with the good game? Do y'all need the good background to go with the good game, or do y'all need this game? How you get this game? Because if it was me, I get the game. How y'all get the game? But what's going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody? Both of them. He said he need the good background. Why y'all need the good background for, bro? You don't need no good background. You don't need no good background. Shout out to everybody on YouTube land, Facebook land. We're going to get this good old game. We're going to get this good game. Y'all ready for this good game? Will the message be received? If you receive the message, that's all that matters. You hear me? And make sure y'all share the live. If you're on YouTube, I don't know how to share it on YouTube. Share it on your page. Share it on your community post. If you're on Facebook, make sure you guys share this thing. Make sure you guys share this thing if you're watching on YouTube and you're watching on Facebook. But I want to shout out to everybody that's here tonight. I am back. I'm live, and we're going to get this game going. Let me get a roll call. His Holiness, Shanti XX. Oh, they do the @ now. They don't do the regular names now, huh? Jay Smooth, Baron Warren, Blake Jr., Jay the Worst, Ace Maniac, P Dub, Tracy, Lex Diamond. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to everybody. CMJ, what's up, CJ? Mr. Moet, yo, it's Chris. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button so we could push this in the algorithm. They're gonna bury me. They're gonna bury the live because I ain't been on here. You know, the algorithm gonna suppress me because I ain't been on here, but hey, it is what it is. Man, my guy, Garage Arts, Lord Dobie. How you doing, Lord Dobie? Lord Dobie was the first reaction I ever did, and he's still here. Lord Dobie's ex-wife was treating him like trash, and I did a janky reaction about 7 years ago, and I told him he needed to get up out of there, and he somehow found my video. He was a YouTuber already. I ain't have no subscribers. I just did a reaction because I thought it was crazy what I saw on YouTube. Somehow, some way, he found my no-name channel, and he's been rocking with me ever since. So shout out to my boy, my guy, Lord Dobie over there in Australia. You still in Australia? Our weekly lives coming back. I'm debating it. The podcast though is definitely coming back, so I should have an episode out next week. The podcast where you know, it's not the live, but the podcast, the Savor Bro Show, that's gonna come back. That's definitely gonna come back. That is definitely gonna come back. Yeah, since 2021. Yeah, you've been rocking for a minute. You've been definitely rocking for a minute. Leak, what's up, my brother? What's up, my brother? Yeah, everybody, everybody here, man. It's been a while, man. I can't remember the last time I've been on here. For the guys who on Facebook, I usually stream on YouTube. I streamed on YouTube for years, and I took a long break, and I'm back. So shout out to Facebook. Everybody, make sure y'all like this on Facebook. King Dre, I wouldn't have found none of the other Game Kings without your IG videos. So salute to you, bro. Been rocking close to 2 years now. Appreciate you, my brother. Saw that link for Seduction Mastery. Yeah, so look, guys, Seduction Mastery is on the way. It comes out on December 15th. Make sure you guys get on the wait list. Matter of fact, click that link in the chat. If you're watching the playback, click that link in the click the link in the description if you're watching the playbook, the playback. Let me show y'all how to do it. Let me show y'all how to do it, just in case you need help. So I want you to go here. See right here, it's gonna have this. You click this button, right? It says put me on the wait list. I need your name, your phone number, and your email, and you put right here, yes, I want in, and you will be on the wait list for a Seduction Mastery program dropping on December 15th. Let me show you everything you're gonna get. Everything you're going to get real quick, and then we're going to get into the game. So you're going to get Seduction Mastery, the Seduction Mastery program that's right here. That's valued at $9.97. You're going to get that. You're going to get 5 live dating and game workshops Monday through Friday live. The hottest game on the internet, the hottest game in the world. I'm going to have experts come in and train you on their area of expertise. So before, we've done like credit training, we've done code approaching, seduction, just different workshops on games. So we got that. So you get 5 of those. Then you get Attraction 101. You get my course, How to Make a Woman Fall in Love with You. You get my course, Dating and Escalation Mastery. You get the new Imprint 101, How to Leave a Lasting Impression. Most of y'all ain't seen this. I launched it softly to a quiet group of guys about 7 months ago. This course is crazy. Imprint 101, How to Leave a Lasting Impression on a Woman. You're going to get that. So most of y'all that's new to most of y'all. Then you're going to get my workshop, How to Last Longer and Screw Better. Then you're going to get Sexual Seduction in Bedroom Escalation Workshop. You're going to get 12 private groups coaching sessions with me, 12 private group coaching sessions. And you're going to get access to the Players Club men's community. You can't beat that. That's coming on December 15th. So 5 live workshops, about 5 courses. You get Seduction Mastery course too. About 5 courses, 3 previous workshops, 12 coaching sessions with me, and then membership to the community. So, hey, man, you can't beat that. Click that link. I want y'all to click that link that's in the chat right now. If you're watching on Facebook, I don't know how to put it on Facebook. Let's see if I could put this on Facebook real quick. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all hit that. Make sure y'all hit that like button. I'm gonna throw the link on Facebook too as well. I'm gonna put the link in the chat on Facebook so you guys can go ahead and handle that. My guys on Facebook. So it'll be out December 15th. So make sure you save your money. And I do got payment plans as well. So if you guys need a payment plan, if you kind of whatever, I got you. So, but anyway, yeah, man, let's get into it, man. Oh shit, call him live. Been a good minute. Yeah, for sure, Maurice. It's been a minute. Matt Lucas, what's up? So yeah, real quick, man. What I wanted to talk about today was treating a slut like a slut. We're gonna get straight into it. The importance of treating a slut like a slut, right? And treating women to who they are accordingly. Now, when I say this, I do not mean whatsoever that you mistreat women or that you disrespect women, or that you rude and mean to people. This is not what I mean when I say that. What I mean is women, the lifestyle that a woman is living, what she's presenting to you, that's how she wants to be treated. You understand? And what happens is a lot of guys treat women differently, and then the woman end up either being turned off, rejecting them, or using them, or resenting them, because a lot of guys, they get a woman and she's living a certain type of way, and a guy starts treating her, you know, better than she deserves. And I don't mean disrespectful. And when a man starts treating a woman that way, he wants her to change for the better, right? He wants the best for her. He sees the potential and he wants her to change for the better. And so what happens is he pressures her to change for him to fit whatever, you know, ideals he have of her in her head. And it always going to backfire, because that's not who that woman wants to be. That's not where that woman want to be in life. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I'm going to use the word slut and hoe interchangeably, right? I'm going to use the word slut and hoe interchangeably tonight, but it's a difference between a slut and a hoe, technically, and I'm gonna break that down on the first podcast coming back. There's a big difference between a slut and a hoe, right? But for the sake of conversation tonight, you're going to hear me use these interchangeably, and it means the same thing: sleeping with multiple guys, or living the bop life, or whatever you want to call it. You know, whatever you want to call it, however you see it, right? Right. HO gets paid. We'll talk about that on the podcast, the Saver Bro show, the Welcome Back Saver Bro show. But so when I say a lot of guys treat her better than she deserves, I mean give her a treatment that she doesn't want, or she don't deserve it. Like, certain women don't deserve access to your finances, or certain women don't deserve, you know, access into your realm, or access into your game room, or to be treated like a woman, or your wife or your girlfriend, and have that level of access to you. Certain women don't deserve that. And quite frankly, they don't want it, because they don't want the responsibility that comes with that. And a lot of you guys do that, and it backfires on you heavy. You understand? So RP Akasing, I was going to talk about that guy, but I'm trying not to talk about people, because I don't want nobody talking about me. I'm trying not to talk about people. I was going to do something on that. That was painful to watch, but it's hard for me to do it in a way that I don't disparage the person, and I don't want to disparage anybody in my content. You know, I'm not one of these guys that try to beat people down, or you're a simp. I don't want to do the name calling. I don't want to do all that. You know, if I could figure out a way to do it to where I could just teach from it, then I may do it. But, you know, because I don't want nobody talking about me, to be honest. And it's not that I can't handle it, but I don't want nobody disparaging me. You know what I'm saying? So, but back to what I was saying. You don't want to be in a position to where you're treating a woman like, you know, she don't deserve, or giving her a life, or giving her a treatment that she hasn't earned, or she doesn't deserve. And most importantly, that she does not want. Okay. A lot of the responsibility you place on women you meet, a lot of the lifestyle you try to force them into, a lot of the times, a lot of women don't want that. You understand? And it's going to backfire you. Now, the reason why I made this, or the reason why I'm talking about this, yes, this applies. It most certainly applies to, you know, relationships. It applies to relationships, but I'm more so talking about, right, tonight. And if you have questions about this based on relationships, make sure you put it in the chat. But what I'm more so talking about, I just had to set the premise, right? What I'm more so talking about is in the beginning stages of when you out here in the dating game and you meeting women and you trying to get to know women or whatever you got going on. That's what I'm talking about, right? A lot of guys, especially younger guys, a lot of you guys are taking women on dates that don't deserve to go on no dates. And it's not that they don't want to go on dates, but they don't deserve to go on dates because everybody else, right, is running through them. And then here you come showing up, taking her on a date, thinking you're going to show her something different and thinking that's going to get you to respect. And it's not. A lot of you guys are losing like that, right? In the beginning stages, it's important that you are able to identify who's who so you can move accordingly. That's a very important skill. And that's why I'm going to do the episode, the Savor Bro Show episode. I'm going to do that. I'm going to drop that and I'm going to break that down heavy. So y'all be on the lookout for that. But it's important to know who's who. A lot of young guys on college campuses, they meet chicks and then they try to take them on dates. Even if the date is a, ice cream date or something cheap or whatever the case may be. And they wondering why the woman put them in the friend zone or put them in the boyfriend category, or, they trying to get laid. They trying to get their count up or whatever the case may be. And they going about it wrong because they dealing with those type of women in the wrong way. Now, I'm not saying that, if you trying to, you like a woman and you want something to happen with her, I'm not saying that you shouldn't go on dates. But if you are out here dating casually, typically the only women who will, if you being straight up, typically the most women that's available to you or that's going to give you that type of airtime is women who's dating casually as well. And those are sluts and HOs, right? And so you have to treat those type of women accordingly, and taking those type of women on dates, spending a certain level of energy and time on those type of women, that's repulsive to them because they look at you like you're trying to wife them up and they don't want to be wifed up. Or if they're a bad person, they'll use you and make you a utility boyfriend. And that's when you're getting cheated on and all that shit. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of guys do that. What made me learn this, right? If y'all feeling the game, press 1. Y'all make sure y'all press 1 if y'all feeling this game. Y'all make sure y'all press 1 if y'all feeling this game. Let me get a 1 in the chat if y'all feeling this game. All right. Joe Blast, what's up? I ain't seen you in a minute, my boy. But y'all make sure y'all click the link to get this good game that's coming out on December 15th. Click the link that's in the chat right now. Put yourself on the wait list. But what made me, oh yeah, I forgot about the collection plate. Y'all passed that collection plate. Y'all hit them super chats. Y'all know the super chats, this collection plate keep me going. Y'all shout out to His Holiness for the $10 super chat. I appreciate you, my brother. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all hit that collection plate. But what was I at? What made me realize this? I learned this when I was younger. Right? When I was a teenager. My game, in my mind, I thought every man thinks that he has good game, even if he has shit game. Every man thinks he has a good strategy. He could have gotten laid one time last year and he think that his game is good. And he just outwardly projects that it's the women that's the problem. Every guy thinks that they get, all y'all think y'all got good game. Typically, it on Cash App, so you can keep, okay, let me drop the Cash App then. Just the Cash App. $, Grinch Dre. Don't ask me how I got the name Grinch. $, Grinch Dre, and that's the Cash App. What was I saying? Most guys believe that they have good game or their game is efficient. In my line of work, from selling courses and coaching men, and I've been doing this for 8 years now, and I've coached thousands of men. I've sold thousands of courses. People typically don't come to me unless they're in pain. right? So what I'm saying is every guy think they have good game until they in pain, right? That's typically when I get 90% of my clients. They're in pain. Something has happened or they hit rock bottom and they need help out of that pain. And so what I'm saying is guys think that they have good game. Everybody on here think they game better than the next man, right? So when I was younger, I always thought I had a decent level of game, right? But of course it wasn't nowhere near, you know, but I thought I did in my mind. And I could do a little something, but I had my best friend. My best friend, y'all, some of y'all may know his brother. His brother's a social media. His brother's very popular on social media. His little brother, you know, and I don't want to say I raised his little brother, but his little brother came up watching me. But I'm not gonna say their name because I don't know if I don't know if the brother wants to be, you know. But if you know, you know. But my best friend was a lot more confident than me, and he was a lot more assertive than me, right? So he got more. I got better, meaning I had the game to be able to get women to treat me really, really good and do things for me. And it's 4 of us. I'm like, bring me and my homie some lunch, and the chick go by everybody. Like I had that type of game, but he would get more, but he was a lot more assertive, right? And so I always figured, like I just was like, I would meet chicks, he'll meet chicks, but he'll be getting it in faster than me or more than me. And I used to be like, damn. But I never had my pride was too big to ask him. And he used to feel the same about me because I used to be, you know, I had women, I used to get the chicks, I used to get their souls, but both of us had pride. And thinking back on it, had we put the pride to the side, man, we could have been, you know, because I would have shared my game with him and he would have shared his game with me, and we could have been, you know what I'm saying? I could have leveled up. But I ended up figuring out, you know, eventually I ended up figuring it out when I was younger. But I didn't understand that you treat bops like bops. You treat sluts like sluts. Because I'm trying to fuck and do all this old shit, but I'm being not as assertive. I'm being cool. I'm being smooth. Boyfriend type shit, right? And I wouldn't be able to close a lot of my shit like he would, like he was doing. You see what I'm saying? He bringing them to the crib, knocking them down. I'm bringing them to the crib. We sitting on the back porch talking, and she not trying to do this. She not trying to do that. You know, I did my thing. Don't get it twisted, but he was running. He was running, right? But what he was able to do was he treated them like they wanted to be treated. They didn't want no fucking boyfriend or no nice guy or no, they didn't want that. Them chicks, and I'm talking about when we was younger, you know, late teens, 18, 19 years old. Chicks then, they didn't want that type of shit. They was out trying to have their fun. And he was doing that. None of that dates. And I mean, I wasn't doing dates and none of that shit then either. But dates and all that, he wasn't doing that. He was, hey, what's happening? Straight and treating them like that. No talking, no nothing. Knock them down, take their ass back to the crib. You see what I'm saying? He was treating them how they want to be treated. No harm, no foul. And then I'm not saying to treat, again, that's not treating nobody bad. If a woman wants a certain thing from you and you give her that certain thing, which is casual fun, there's no harm, no foul, right? And so eventually, as I got into my early 20s, I figured that out. I ended up figuring it out. Okay. You know, now I'm going to tell you what solidified this for me. When I got about 24 or 25, I started getting a lot of money, right? About 25. I started getting a lot of money. Now, I was always on some, I'm not taking no chicks on dates. I'm not doing no tricking. I always been like that. If I could show y'all songs that I got from when I was 18 years, I've always been how I'm right now. I ain't tricking on no partner. I've always been like that, right? So I always had the mentality, I'm not taking no chicks on no dates, no doing this, but I was still on some, had boyfriend I'm thinking I'm being smooth player, suave, you know, letting the chick think I'm different. I think that's what I'm doing in my mind. What? So I end up figuring out when I get older, when I'm about 24, 25, maybe 26, I don't remember, mid-20s, I start getting a lot of money, right? And so before, up until this point, I didn't never go. I was like, I'm not taking no broad on no motherfucking date. Like, I ain't doing that. But the dudes that I was hanging with at the time, them niggas was tricks, right? All my homeboys was tricks. So they was doing like dates and they was doing fly shit. My homies that I was hanging with was doing fly shit, you know, going out of town with chicks and shopping and fly restaurants and all that shit. And I started getting money. I wanted to be fly too. I wanted to go eat nice steaks and do all this shit and chill with the bras. So I started doing that. And what I saw was my close rate started to come down, right? My close rate started to come down a little bit. Now, I didn't stop doing that, but what I did was I started to be a lot more. I had to bring back the assertive part and mixed it with that, and then it went back up because I still was doing the dates because I was in the mind of I'm finna live my life and I'm finna do fly shit. I'm listening to Jay-Z. I'm listening to the Reasonable Doubt. Again, I done pulled that out because I'm older. I'm getting money now, so now I understand it. So I'm doing fly shit, eating at the best restaurants, presidential suites, driving foreign cars, Rolexes, jewelry, that type shit. So I'm on some fly shit. But when you living like that, women think the shit's sweet, especially the type of women that you meet. They think that shit's sweet and they think that you trying to impress them. And I'm not. I'm just being on some fly shit because I'm getting money, right? And so when I first started doing it, I started getting the whole, you know, I like to take my time shit. But I was smarter then, so I gotta turn my Mac boots back up while I'm living like this. And so I end up fixing that problem real fast. But initially, that reinforced treat them how they deserve to be treated. Because what's happening is I'm meeting a lot of chicks, right? And I'm meeting young chicks and shit like that. You know, I'm 25, 26, getting a lot of money. And so I'm meeting chicks that's 20, 21, 22. They ain't never been on no fucking restaurant before. And so here I am. She looked nice. I just want some fly shit on my arm. And so I'm taking her to a restaurant and she thinking it's sweet. She thinking I'm one of them and I ain't one of them. You see what I'm saying? And so I kind of had to frame my shit a little bit better and present myself a little different way while I'm living this type of shit and doing this type of shit. And that fixed that problem. But what that showed me was you can't treat certain people like that because that's not what they, let me say that's not what they want, especially that type of lifestyle. Luxurious shit, all women want to do that. But if they ain't used to that, you can't treat them like that. You can't be the first dude to come thinking, right? If a woman ain't used to going on dates, and, you know, all this fly shit. If she not used to that and she ain't never had that before and here you come doing it, it's not going to, the effect that you think it's having, it's not having it. So your ego going to tell you, oh, well, I'm the first to do this and first to take her here and shit. So I'm going to look like I'm the man and all that. That's not what that's doing. Because when you drop her off or when she get done, she going to go back to fucking the dusty dude she been fucking anyway. You see what I'm saying? So you just making yourself look like a bigger sucker or a bigger trick. Because they think in their mind that you're trying to impress them, not knowing that this how you live. You see what I'm saying? So again, if a woman ain't used to that type of shit, and you got to figure that out when you're talking to them. That's why I always tell you guys, pick up the phone. When you meet a woman, pick up the phone and talk to her for 30 minutes. You need to figure this type of shit out so you can figure out who she is before you go start doing that. I don't give a damn if it's a coffee date. A lot of them chicks that y'all taking on dates, ain't nobody never took them on a date. And so here you come being different. She gonna treat you different like she gonna treat you different. She gonna treat your ass like a boyfriend. Then you end up getting in a relationship with a bop because she think you like that. She think you a trick. She think you what they call them now, golden retrievers and all that. She think you one of them, and you're not on that. You understand what I'm saying? Now, again, we're not talking about a lady or a classy woman or one. We're not talking about that. Those exist. I'm gonna break all that down again next week. We're talking about bops, thoughts, sluts, and HOs. You see what I'm saying? If a woman ain't used to that and you doing that, I don't care if it's your intention. I don't care if you don't know. So if you're 19 and you want to meet a woman that's 18, don't take her on a date. Don't take her on a date. If she 22, if she ain't never did, don't take her on a date. I'm telling you, it's not gonna have the effect. She's not gonna respect you more. She's not gonna look at you like, ooh, this dude is a boss right here. I mean, she may say that, but that don't translate to, ooh, I'm attracted to you sexually. She may say, oh, this is some fly shit. This dude a boss and whatever, and stroke your little ego, but that don't translate to, ooh, I'm sexually appeased by you. That don't translate to the same thing. You guys got to understand something. People can only appreciate what they have the capacity to appreciate. I'm going to say that again. People can only appreciate what they have the capacity to appreciate or what they know, right? You showing them different is not going to work in your favor like you think it is. It's not going to make her moist. It's not going to make her wet. It's not going to make her look at you and be like, ooh, Big Daddy. That only work on HOs, women who do it for money. You see what I'm saying? But if it's a slut, which is a big difference, she's not going to look at you like that. Right? And an HO will do it for the prospect of money. Right? Especially depending on how you carry yourself. If you're dealing with an HO, somebody that's about it for money, and when you got the money, if you're not assertive enough and you're not on some what's up type shit, then she gonna treat you like a prize trick, like a boyfriend trick. Meaning she gonna string you along, act, give it to you here and there, act like y'all cool, act like y'all committed and all that, and she gonna be draining. You see what I'm saying? But more on that later. But people can only appreciate what they have the capacity to appreciate. People can only appreciate what they know. A dog ain't gonna appreciate a water bottle. Well, everybody eat water. That's a bad example. A dog ain't gonna appreciate a PlayStation 5. A dog is not gonna appreciate a vitamin, a Flintstone vitamin. You understand? A bop don't appreciate boyfriend energy. A slut don't appreciate boyfriend energy. Sluts don't appreciate dates. Sluts want to have casual fun. And when you do anything other than that, and you do anything up, and when you approach them any way other than that, it's repulsive to them, because now you're giving her a responsibility of a girlfriend, which means she got to treat you right. She got to be honest. She got to stay in the house. She got to appease your emotions. She got to worry about your money. People who live in the casual lifestyle, they don't want those responsibilities. And so when you lead with that, that's what they're going to do. And that's the way they're going to put you. And also women who doing the casual thing, sluts, they believe guys like that are weak. And so if they know if they give you some, you're going to start falling in love. You're going to start being too pushy. You're going to start being too wimpy. Now they got to worry about, they don't want to do that. So they typically give the box to the guys who moving like they know what's up. They typically giving the box to the dudes that's players and that know what's up, because they know that dude gonna hit it and quit it, and they could just have their fun and ain't on no bullshit involved. And so when you come in on this nice guy shit, it's not gonna work for you. And again, if that woman is of bad moral character, she's going to use and abuse you. We got another super chat. Shout out for London Edge for the $5 super chat. Solid game, deserves some dividends. Keep sharing gems and insights. Love from Houston. Shout out to you, London Edge. Yes, it's different with this reading these names on here. It got everybody's They got the ats instead of the real name. So that's kind of different. That's very different. But shout out to you. I appreciate it. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? If y'all picking up what I'm putting down, let me know in the chat. And y'all make sure y'all tap that like button. Max Andre, I'm good. You got to remember, man, like I say, people who are casual dating, right? Women who sluts, they're not emotionally available. So when you appear that way and trying to take them on dates and being romance, that's you basically communicating to her non-verbally or verbally that you want her to be emotionally available for you. And so it's repulsive. And so they slow down. But this the thing, sluts and players and fuck boys and hoes are human beings at the end of the day. And so they'll take the companionship and the friendship. Oh, this guy's nice. He's a friend. Or, you know, this is somebody I can talk to, or that somebody that can protect me. Or he'd make a nice boyfriend and I can use him. I can put him in a trick bag and I can use him. So you got to be careful. You got to treat a hoe like a slut. You have to. And again, that's not saying mistreat them. That's saying give them the casual fun that they're looking for. And you present yourself that way. That's all you got to do. If you're in college, you shouldn't be taking chicks on no dates. If you trying to have casual fun and you trying to get your bodies up and whatever, you shouldn't be taking them on dates. You shouldn't be doing dates. Now you should hop on the phone, chit chat, FaceTime, see what's happening, and then make it happen. Are you no longer uploading them? I haven't been. It's been a while. It's been a while, but the game is definitely coming back. And I'm gonna leave y'all with this too. Now remember this. Sluts and hoes don't respect. A lot of them don't respect men, period. A lot of them don't have respect for men because just like guys who run through women and then the hypersexual guys who run, they typically don't have respect for women, number one, because a lot of the times that's a mother wound. And number two, and that's that lack of respect or hatred for the mom is projected onto the women. And number two, guys like that and I've been there, they see the worst in women. They see the worst in women. And so in their minds, this is women. They see the women who cheating. They see the women cheating on their husbands. They see the women lying and cheating on their boyfriends. They see how they be lying. So they have a disdain and a disrespect for women. Now, that's on the same foot. Women who are casual or women who sluts or women who hoes, they have a disdain for men because they see the worst in men. They see guys defiling their families. They see guys lying to their girls and putting the house on the line to go mess with them. They see guys, taking money out of their wives' accounts to pay them. They see guys taking money from their family to pay their bills and take them on dates to impress them. You think women know when you tricking on a woman or you cheating on your girl, you think that woman ain't thinking, damn, this nigga taking his money from his family and giving it to me. They gonna use you. Yeah, of course they gonna use you, but they think that in the back of their mind. They don't have, that's why they don't have respect for women who out there like that, who moving around like that. They see that part of men. They think all men are like that. They see the guys who tricks and they see the guys who take from their families to get at them, or they see the guys who don't have sexual discipline and to stick their dick in a hole and do all type of shit. They see this every day in and day out, every day in and day out, and they lose respect for men. So that's number one. Sluts don't have respect for men. They also, to take it to another level, they don't have respect for the men who wife them because they know that, or they believe that you should know better. They know that they ain't shit. They know that they low down. They know that they bops and they out there and they got whatever. But if you fall for it, if they come at you acting all good and acting like goody two shoes and you fall for the con, they lose respect for you. I'm not saying y'all some dirtbags in the chats, but if you've ever got over on somebody and you ever played them or you tricked them, you typically lose respect for them. Like this dumbass fool, this how women think. The ones that's running the streets and the hot girls and the bops and the hoes and the thoughts, when you fall for them, they lose respect for you. When you fall for their bullshit, they lose respect for you. You understand what I'm saying? So just keep that with y'all, man. Treat a hoe like a hoe, and I'm going to say it again. That does not mean that you're supposed to mistreat people, mistreat women, disrespect women, or be mean to women. That don't mean that. That means if she's casual and she wants casual fun, you give her that. You don't give her anything else because she don't deserve it. She ain't earned it. And more than often than not, she don't fucking want it. She don't want the responsibility of some emotional entanglement. So you treat her just like she is. Case closed. Can we get some fire signs in the chat? Now listen, I got Seduction Mastery program coming up. We're going to open up. We're going to do a Q&A. Put a Q if you got a question. Also, yeah, guys, I'm going to give away a free access to the group, to the private community where we do coaching at. And you can get some weekly coaching. So put that in the Chris Guzman, what's up? Put that if you got a question, we're gonna open it up. We're gonna open up the Q&A. If you guys have a question about anything I talked about, or dating, or life, or anything like that, I'll be on here for a few more minutes. So make sure you put your questions in the chat so I could drop this good game. Now I miss doing this part. I miss interacting with y'all like that and answer y'all questions. But before I get into the questions, guys, who just joining, Seduction Mastery is coming back. Seduction Mastery is coming back. It's my most requested bundle. I'm gonna show you how to join. I want you to click that link that's pinned in the chat right now. I want you to click that link that's pinned in the chat right now, and you'll see this page. Right, we're 27 days, 2 hours, 46 minutes away. And for everybody that's listening back on Apple or Spotify, you go to click the link that's in the description, or you go to theseductionmastery.com, THE seductionmastery.com. But you go here. Where is it at? You go here, you click this button, put me on the wait list, you click that, and then you first name, phone number, and email. And I want y'all, you can read the whole page. I want y'all to read the whole page because that's a lot of information on there. And it's talking about, everything, but you're going to get the Seduction Mastery program. You're going to get 5 live dating and game workshops where I bring in experts and they're going to game you up on a area of expertise. We've had seduction workshops. We've had credit workshop. We've had, mind workshop. We've had escalation workshops. We've had dating app workshops, just game workshops, 5 of them live, right? We're doing that. Then you're going to get Attraction 101 premium course. You're going to get How to Make a Woman Fall in Love. You're going to get Dating and Escalation Mastery, what? Dating and playing the field and escalate into intimacy. And then you're going to get the new Imprint 101. I soft released that a couple months ago just to test it out. The guys loved it. It's here. Get it. Most people don't got this. The Imprint 101, How to Leave a Lasting Impression. So you're going to get those programs. You're going to get How to Last Longer and Fuck Better workshop. That's a previous workshop. You're going to get Sexual Seduction and Bedroom Escalation workshop. You're going to get 12 private group coaching sessions. And you're going to get access to the Players Club men's community. Get on the wait list. Click this button. Click the link in the chat. Click the link in the description if you're watching the playback. Click the link in the comments on Facebook. Click this blue button, put me on the wait list, and we releasing that thing in 27 days. I know y'all excited. But anyway, let's get these questions because I know you guys got some questions. I'm excited to be here, man. I'm really glad y'all showed up. And it's good to see all of you guys again. Make sure you put a Q in front of it. How do you maintain your stance with women regardless of how bad or seductive you may think she is? I'm a man at the end of the day. You got to be a man, and you got to have integrity, and you got to have principles. I don't give a fuck how fine a woman is. You're going to get on this program or you got to go, because I only deal with what's good for my greater good. I'm not pulling no teeth for no love or no cooperation or no. I'm not pulling no motherfucking teeth because life too short for that. You understand? Fine don't mean nothing. Fine ain't gonna pay my bills. Fine ain't gonna do nothing for my empire. Fine ain't gonna motherfucking make people buy my courses. Fine ain't gonna make no. What I may maybe if I use her that way, but fine ain't gonna goddamn put gas in my car. Fine ain't gonna feed my children. Fine ain't gonna support my kids in no basketball games. My kids ain't grow up and be like, oh, my daddy woman was so fine. They're gonna be like, my dad took care of me. My dad taught me a lot. Ain't nobody gonna be like, oh, my dad was the man. He had no. There ain't nobody, because I ain't never said that about my dad. You see what I'm saying? So I'm saying that to say I don't give a goddamn how fine you are. You're gonna respect me. You're gonna get on this program, or you can get your ass gone. Period. So it's about being a man at the end of the day and having self-love and integrity, and a code as a man, and standing on that regardless of what's going on. And if that ain't there, it ain't nothing. And you got to live and die by that. So that's that. When you hit rock bottom and shit not clicking at the moment, what's some tips to maintain yourself and your family through the temporary hole? Just understanding that, as long as you are breathing, there's a tomorrow. There's the sun shines. The sun will shine as long as you're breathing. Just make sure you're getting up and you're doing something about it every day. You see what I'm saying? But if you ain't in the dirt, you got another chance. You understand what I'm saying? And always remember that it could be worse, bro. It could be worse. There's somebody right now in a hospital bed that's wishing that they could be out having problems. They could be having problems paying their bills. You see what I'm saying? There's somebody on the bus right now wishing. I mean, there's somebody in a hospital bed wishing that they fucking could walk to work in the hot sun every day. Somebody that's in a wheelchair, he just wish he could walk to be sweating and about to pass out walking. You understand what I'm saying? There's somebody that's always worse off, and it could be a hell of a lot worse. Ain't no rock bottom is in the ground. You understand what I'm saying? So just remember that. So you just always be grateful. That's another thing. Gratitude for me is huge, right? Always count your blessings, bro. Count your blessings, because through the storm, you have a lot to be thankful for. Practicing gratitude, man, is really the key to life, to be honest. Gratitude is the key to life. You understand? But like I say, outside of that, you need to make sure you're getting up every day and not, I'm not saying don't chill out, take a break and get your mind right, but make sure you're getting up every day and doing something about whatever bullshit situation that you more than likely put yourself in. You understand? Based on the decisions that you've made. Now, things do happen out of the blue, but either way, you got to fix your problems. As a man, you're supposed to fix all of your problems, and make sure you're doing that every single day. How do you build a social media presence? That's a little too complex for what we're talking about right now, but just post and be consistent. And I promise you, if you do that for 90 days and post 2 times a day, you'll figure out a lot along the way. So start there. How do you spot a thought? By what she's doing, what she's wearing, and how she's carrying herself. I'm going to get into that deep on the next one. But doing bop activities, acting like a bot, talking like a bop, talking like a slut, acting like a thought friends, thought attire, the way she take care of herself. It's really easy, to be honest. It's really easy, to be honest. People wear where they been. People wear where they trying to go. People You know, people are going to be people, but what I can tell you is pay attention to the way people live, and it'll tell you everything that you need to know. Is she going out and drinking every fucking weekend? More than likely, there's a problem there. Does she get high every day? And not to say that every woman who get high every day, that's not what I'm saying, but that's something to pay attention to, right? Did she just showing titties on Instagram? Did she dress for male attention? Does she say things for male attention? Does she present herself in a way that she's looking for male sexual attention? You understand what I'm saying? So it's easy to spot. And even if you can't see it, shoot your shot and find out. You understand what I'm saying? If you were with somebody long term but broke up and they find you sexually attractive, how do you pivot to fuck buddy? Me personally, I don't pivot nothing. I don't look back. Y'all know the story of Job's wife in the Bible when she was leaving the town and they was running. He told her, "Don't look back," and she looked back and turned it to a pillar of salt. Exactly. But I'm gonna say this, man. If you're in a spot and to where a woman leaves you because you weak or you needy or whatever the case may be, more than likely you're not player enough, you're not strong enough, you don't have the heart enough to keep her no fuck buddy, to just be fucking her on the side. You ain't P enough for that, to be honest. You understand? You're not thorough enough to do that. So I don't even know why you're trying. But if it's some shit to where you cut her off for whatever the reason, if you cut her off and she was having bad behavior or whatever the case may be, you ain't gonna do nothing but just fall back into the web. You see what I'm saying? So that type of shit typically don't work out. I don't really see that working out too much unless you just super player, and I doubt that, because if you were super player like that, you wouldn't even ask me that, to be honest. You understand? So, but if let's say you was a player and you asked me that, or you had the heart to do it, I just say hit it and keep it moving. Hit it and get up and keep it moving. But you ain't there, to be honest. And I'm not trying to be mean or rude to you. I'm just giving you the real game. Keep it moving. There's a reason y'all don't work out, and you ain't gonna do nothing but be tenderism, right? And you stick it in there, and you're just gonna be fall back to where you've been at. I wish I had this game years ago. You got it now, my brother. So just a few phone calls and ask her to come to the crib is all it take. It don't even take a few. But if you want to do a few, it's cool. You know, I'm talking about casual dating. We talking about casual dating. Like, just if you just trying to fuck. If you just trying to fuck and you ain't trying to do nothing else, you don't be doing no dates, bro. Now, I've always said that go on dates and talk dates, but that's if you're trying to date situationships or whatever the kind of case may be. You trying to get to know them, cool. But if you just trying to, you don't want nothing else, coffee at the most. And that's women who older, but young women, you don't take no young woman on no date. Not no woman who ain't never been on one. Let me say that. Why can't they apologize and admit when they're wrong? Why do you want somebody to admit to you when they're wrong? I don't understand that. Why do you want somebody to admit? I do understand that. It's your ego. It's your ego. So let me not sit here and be like, oh, I don't understand that and that, because I've been there before when I was in my big old ego. But you need to strive to get to a place to where that you are the motherfucking closure. If somebody violates you, you do something about it, period. You want somebody to come back and plead to you and all this old shit. No, she knows she fucked up. You know she fucked up. Be a man and do something about it. Stand on whatever the consequences is. If it's pulling back, if it's putting on ice, or if it's replacing her, you stand on that. You sitting there trying to pull something out of a person, admit when it, what if in her heart she don't believe she wrong? Regardless of what it is, what if she don't believe she wrong? Just because that's your perspective and you feel like it's wrong, what if she don't believe she wrong? So that means you do what you need to do when somebody violates your boundaries or violate your program or get out of line. You do what you need to do. I'm not sitting up and waiting for nobody and pulling teeth for nobody to admit they wrong. I know you wrong. It ain't nothing to discuss. Waiting for no fucking apology and all that. That's weak, egotistical shit. You got to man up, bro. Fuck all that. If you violate, you get it. You know, not on no Ike Turner shit, you know, not on no shit like that, but you know, when I grew up and I was wrong, my mama didn't wait for me to apologize. No, I got dealt with. That's how you handle business. When you go to work and you fuck up, you think they're waiting for you to come apologize and admit you wrong? No, that's some puppy dog ego bull, and your ego make you act like a puppy dog, a wimp. Your ego, your big ego that you got, it makes you think that you being mighty and all high and mighty, but it's really making you act like a fucking simp and a wimpy dog, begging for somebody to apologize to you and begging for somebody to admit they wrong. Fuck you need them to admit that for, so you can feel better about yourself? I promise you would feel better about yourself if you did something about somebody violating you. That'll make you feel way better about yourself. If you stood on your business, if you stood on your square and you stood on business about a woman getting out of line, that'll make you feel way better about yourself. I promise you. First time I'm watching the live stream by Uncle Dre. Don't call me uncle, bro. I ain't your uncle. Uncle is not a term of endearment where I'm from. Unc is not a term of endearment. Let me not be mean, but I don't know. I'm just, from where I've come from, that was never no term of endearment. It's almost like a diss, because we call smokers and baseheads uncle. I saw an old video of you dealing with the black pill looks theory. What's your current thoughts on their hunter eyes and looks theory? I don't want to talk about it. If you want to be a bad bitch, go ahead, bro. If you think hunter eyes, I don't know why somebody would be sitting analyzing another man's face anyway. That's pretty that's pretty fruity to me. I ain't never sat and looked at no man's face and analyzed it and handsome. That's fruity. A lot of them dudes be fruity. You understand? If you feel like you want to be cute and get cute in the mirror and shit, and you know, do that little gay look they be doing, go ahead. That little gay pose they be doing with their face, they look bisexual. If that's what you want to do with your life, go ahead. You know, I'm pretty sure there's a woman who would appreciate it. From where I'm from, unks are fiends. Yeah, for real, bro. Where I'm from, that ain't never been no term. So I don't know. Most people embrace it, but when I hear it, that's what I think of. If we're supposed to invite Bob straight to the house, then what was the point of the ladies' man course? Did you change your mind about going on dates? No, I'm talking about ladies' man course is not just about casual dating. That wasn't just about casual. That's being a ladies' man. I'm talking about if you in college and all you want to do is fuck and you don't want nothing else, not no situationship, not no, I'm gonna fuck with her for a few months. Not if all you want is that. And the woman is young. When you older, it's a little bit different. Because most women, even the sluts get smarter, as I don't want to say even get smarter, but they feel like their sex is worth something. So when you older, it's a different game. Back then, when I made the course, it just wasn't as nuanced. You understand what I'm saying? It wasn't as nuanced as it is now, because as we evolve and things start happening, I start getting more questions and think, okay, so now I got to break it down a little bit more. So, but I am updating that. To be honest, I am updating that and adding that in there I'm adding a section about that in there, to be honest. So if you're on the wait list and you get that, you'll have that piece in there too. But when I made the course, it wasn't just about, oh, all I want to do is get my numbers up and I'm in college and I'm fucking chicks that's 20 years old. It was for guys, my typical audience is guys, 28 to 40. So it wasn't about a lot of the younger shit. But now I'm being a little bit more nuanced about it, if that makes sense. So again, women who are, and remember what I said, I'm talking about women who've never been treated like that before. You understand? I'm not saying that there's something wrong with a date, but typically a woman who's 21 or 20 in college, she ain't never been on no motherfucking date. Everybody she dealt with then ran through her. And if you just want sex, you should do the same thing. That's what I'm saying. Am I making sense? I just want to make sure I'm making sense, so there's no confusion. Am I making sense? Press a 1 in the chat if I'm making sense. Press a 1 in the chat if I'm making sense. If what I'm saying making sense. I just want to make sure I'm making sense. You ever tried to make a broad stay when she leave a relationship or situation? I tried to work on, there was one point when I was with my kid's mom, the last time when we broke up for good, the ending of that, I tried to make that work, but it was very briefly. I remember just one day I was like, man, let's just talk and all that shit. It was just one day because I ain't never been like that. But it was that one day I did that. And I ain't like how that made me feel. And I didn't like the way she responded to that. So, and I knew then why I ain't never did it and why I never do it again. Yeah, but I was like, man, we need to talk. Let's just talk. Let's just do all that. I didn't get the response that, but any other time, the countless of other times, absolutely not. Will I do it again? Probably not. But, I have been with her for so long. And any other time we broke up, I was like, bitch, fuck you. Like, I ain't, not to call her no B word, but I'm just saying how I talk in my mind or whatever. But, or how I was thinking at the time, excuse me. But any other time, it's like, man, but that time in particular, I had kind of changed my life. So I was on some different shit. I was on some family man shit. And so I wanted to salvage. And, this particular day, I did that on some, not necessarily begging, but pushing a little harder than what I'm used to. And, ain't nothing shake. So ever since then, it's just been like, all right, whatever. But before that or after that, absolutely not. If you don't want to be here, I've always had that mentality. If you don't want to be with me, I don't want to be with you. So that's typically my default. If you don't like me, you don't want to be here, you don't want to be with me, I don't want to be with nobody that don't want to be with me. It's that simple. What about just go out for drinks? I mean, that's cool. That's cool. If you I don't think going out for drinks I don't think that's bad. I mean, I guess it's casual, it's cool, it worked, but even still, like, me personally, if all I want to do is smash, especially depending how you look, you won't even get that from me. So that's just me. I don't too much. If I get in spurts while, I just, it's been a long time since then. It's been a while since I've ever been like that. And I'm in a situation, I'm in a relationship now. So, but I've been in spurts to where, I just want to whatever. But if I don't like you, and I don't want to be seen with you, I'm not going to be seen with you. So, I don't give a damn if it's drinks or whatever the case may be. If that, we may meet up somewhere at a park or if coffee, but drinks and no. Now have I done it? Of course. I've been there before, but I'm not gonna say lately because I've been in a relationship, but even before then, I got to the point where I was like, I'm taking it back, You're right about the older women typically begin to come to their senses as they age. So if she value her body, a man's finance, commitment, marriage, what's some tips on dealing with them? That's typically like more of a connection. You do have older women who are on some slut shit. You do have that, but it's not as typical as women who are younger. And so the same thing kind of apply, but typically most women, even if they are like that, they are not presenting as such. And it's not that they're trying to fool you, but again, they value themselves a little bit more. And so you kind of have to build a little bit more of a connection. And when I say build a connection, I'm not talking about like some romantic intimacy type, flowers and sitting on the phone and cake. I'm not talking about that, but you have to kind of connect the dots a little bit more to where, again, they value themselves. They value their box. I'm not going to say themselves. They value their box a little bit more. And so they don't want to give it out indiscriminately to people that they don't know. And so you just get to know them a little bit better. And then, it's not just chicks who 20 years old, they'll come. Hey, you meet them and you talk to them for 10 minutes. What you doing? Come to the house. Okay. A chick who 29 generally ain't really on that like that unless she, either like coming off a divorce or, on drugs or whatever the case may be. I'm just saying generally. I'm not saying that this don't exist. So it typically requires a little bit more energy, and not a lot of energy, but a little bit more energy. Maybe a coffee date, maybe go out for drinks, that type of shit. But that's how you handle women who older. Just, put a little bit more, connect the dots a little bit more, if that makes sense. You got to connect the dots a little bit more. I don't want to say build a connection because y'all take that the wrong way. Y'all think that mean like sit and cake and be a boyfriend and all that shit. No, just vibe a little bit more and make it mesh a little bit more. Because whereas younger women are indiscriminate and it just be whatever, the younger sluts a little bit, but the older ones typically, again, they value it a little bit more. And so when I say it, they want it to mean something, not like on a romantic vibe, but it's like who it's coming from matters, if that makes sense. I hope I'm making sense. Like who the shit is coming from, like who they getting it from matters a little bit more than it did when they was 20 years old, if that makes sense. And so you have to make that make sense, is what I'm saying. And when I made the Ladies Man bundle the first time, that's what I was talking about, if that makes sense. In your experience, how did you stay casual with women without getting emotionally involved? So me, when I was out here ripping and running, what I did to not be emotionally attached is you stick and you move. Not spending no time. I'm not spending no money. I'm not laying up. I'm not doing none of that. If I don't see that in you, if I don't see a future with you, if you don't have potential to be, I'm not doing none of that. I'm sticking and I'm moving. That's how I've always did it. You understand what I'm saying? Now, is that to say I ain't never fell in love with no bops accidentally? Of course, because I like them. But typically when you moving casually, it's not really about whether you like a person or not. You're just trying to get your rocks off. I mean, you got to like them physically, but you're not worried about character or nothing like that. And so typically the character and me like, and none of that aligned anyway. And if none of that aligned, I'm not finna kick it with you. We're going to do that and we're going to move. Now, I will say this. I don't think I'll ever be in that place again, ever, to where I'm just indiscriminately. I don't even want to say indiscriminately because I ain't never been no super hypersexual dude where I just fuck a hole in the ground. But if I don't see a woman as potential, let's say if my relationship don't work right now and I'm single tomorrow, if I don't see a woman as potential, like a future mate, I wouldn't even fuck her, to be honest, because I don't want to waste my time even doing that. Because I've been there already, and I know that don't really mean nothing. I can't tell you where to be at. I know a lot of y'all ain't there yet. I can't force you to be there, but I'm saying for me, where I'm at in my life, I wouldn't even do that anymore. Because I don't, number one, I got too much to lose to just be laying down with any and everybody. And, it's a waste of time. And I don't live in my ego anymore. So that it really does nothing for me. Like I have to like a person. Like I gotta like you for me to even want to take it there with you. So, what else other than eye contact? All right, y'all ready for me to answer this? Other than eye contact, what are some nonverbal cues to look for when she's choosing? So this is what you do. If you want to know if a woman choosing you or not, she choosing up on you, you take your scary ass over there. You go look at her face. You introduce yourself. You tell her you want to kick it with her. You tell her that you think y'all should kick it this weekend or go get some ice cream or go watch a movie, whatever y'all going to do, or whatever you want to do, however you want to spend it. You take your ass over there, introduce yourself, ask her name, tell her what you want to do, and tell her to exchange contact numbers. And if she give it to you, she choosing. That's how you know for sure. Y'all be sitting back fucking trying to overcomplicate the game and look at these little choosing. Fuck all that. If you see somebody that you like, go shoot your shot. If you see a woman staring at you, go shoot your shot. If she start talking to you randomly and you like her, shoot your shot. You ain't gonna never know. I can give you all the unlimited choosing signals in the world. If you ain't got the balls to go talk to her, you ain't gonna do nothing about it. Because typically if you got the balls to go talk to a woman, you ain't gotta wait until I want to wait until this and this and that. Now, I'm not saying that it's not better when I don't even want to say better. I'm not saying that it's not a lot easier when a woman's choosing on you. Right? If she's sending you quote unquote choosing signals. I'm not saying that. It's a lot easier. However, you'll never be too sure until you go shoot your shot. And let me give you guys some more game. Right? See, this is what they'll tell y'all. Choosing signals is a horse game. Okay? Do y'all know what I mean by that? Press number 1 if y'all want me to break that down. Let me get a 1 in the chat if y'all want me to break that down. Choosing signals is a horse game. What does bop mean? Bop is a slut. All right, let me break this down. I got a bunch of ones in the chat. So, again, I'm going to say this again. I'm going to answer this question again, and I'm going to break it down again. Other than eye contact, he asks, what are some nonverbal cues to look for when she's choosing? You take your scary ass up, you introduce yourself, you get her information, and you exchange contact information. If she give it to you, she choosing. Now, typically, the women that you want to wife are not going to put herself. Those women typically don't put themselves on a platter, if that makes sense. Okay? The women that y'all say y'all want don't even have the skills to put themselves on a platter for you. They don't know how to be. Let me not say they don't know how to be. The women that y'all say that y'all want, they're uncomfortable with a certain type of attention. Okay. I'm talking about the women that y'all claim y'all want to marry. What I'm saying is choosing signals is a horse game. Women who know how to sexually entice you enough for you to get the balls to go talk to them, only a certain type of woman masters that. Only a certain type of woman gets good at that. Does that make sense? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? That's an art to be able to get a dude's attention, hold the attention, and entice him to come talk to you. To communicate to him telepathically or whatever the hell you want to call it. I know I'm saying the wrong word, but you get what I'm saying, right? For her brain to send a signal to your brain and you to go talk to her. That's not like a random stroke of thing. That's intentional. She's doing that intentionally. And what I'm saying is only certain type of women know how to do that really good. All right. So I'm not saying, a woman who is not a thought or a bop or a hoe. I'm not saying that if she like you, she won't double take or glance or come start an awkward conversation. But y'all want to know outside of a woman double taking and looking, what's some subtle choosing signals and all that. So you want to know how to be able to spot out the hoes, basically. That's a hoes game. Trust me, I've been out here long enough to know that. I've been in the game long enough to know that that's a hoes game. All right. So if you see something and you like it, go get it. Because typically, good women don't put themselves on a platter like that. They don't. Facts. If I'm lying, somebody tell me I'm lying. Good women don't put themselves on a platter like that for men to come holler at them. A man that, you see what I'm saying? They don't even want to sexualize themselves like that, bro. So y'all got to get to know good quality women. Y'all don't know that because y'all ain't strong enough to meet them type of women. But a good quality woman don't even want to sexualize herself like that. All right. That's just for real. That's facts. That's the game. It's a difference. So you saying that if a woman is staring at you if a woman is holding eye contact with you and she don't know you and y'all in the club somewhere and she eyeing you down, absolutely. 100%. 100%. %. If you somewhere out, you at a party, right? Or you at a grocery store, or you anywhere. Again, I'm not talking about a double take or, you catch her looking and she glances away. I'm not talking about that. If you make eye contact with a woman and she hold it, she a thought. She on that. She more than likely, if she ain't a hoe, she been one and she know what she doing. I'm going to say it again. If you out anywhere and you catch a woman staring at you, and when you look at her and you lock eyes with her, she don't break, she don't glance and try to make it like she wasn't looking at you. She hold that eye contact and she got that gaze in her eyes. If she's not a hoe, she's been one. Good women do not want to sexualize themselves to a man that they don't know. Yes, really. I've been around long enough to know that. I've seen it. Will this be uploaded tonight? Absolutely. I'm going to take a couple more questions, guys. Get on the wait list, Ladies Man Bundle. Ladies Man Bundle is dropping December 15th. Make sure y'all get on the wait list. Get on the wait list right now. December 15th, Ladies Man Bundle. Click the link in the chat click the link in the description. If you're on Facebook, click the link in the comments. If you're watching on, it's not going to be on Instagram, but send me a message that says seduction on Instagram. Click the link. It's in the pin in the chat right now. It's going to be on the comments on the playback. If you're going to be listening on Spotify or if you're going to be listening on Apple, make sure you click the link that's in the description or go to theseductionmastery.com. Christmas came early. King Dre is back in this motherfucker. Absolutely. I'm trying to get white girls so I can get my paper right. Go get you a fucking job, boy. Let me pick somebody to, if you want to enter I'm gonna pick somebody to give this group access to. I want everybody to press a number 4 in the chat right now if you want to get in the running to get this free group access. Does that include how she chooses to dress? If she puts herself on this display, cut her loose. I wouldn't try to hold on to her in the first place if she dresses for sexual attention from men. Dre, 2 women smiled at me first today and held contact even when I didn't smile back. How high is a woman's interest when she does that? If you want to know, if a woman sends you a choosing signal and you want to know how high her interest is, instead of getting on here waiting to ask me how high her interest is, you should take your scary ass up to her, introduce yourself, tell her you like to hang out with her this weekend. You ask her name, you exchange phone numbers, and you get up out of there and you find out how high her interest is, okay? Again, if you want to find out how high a woman's interest is, if you catch her staring at you, you catch her double taking, and you want to gauge her interest, instead of waiting to get on a dating coach's live stream, as a man, what you should do is you to take your scary ass, build up some emotional and testicular fortitude, and you go introduce yourself. Hey, my name is I'm So Scared of You 223. What's your name? Listen, Lisa, I saw you over there and I just had to come say something. I think we should hang out for this weekend. As a matter of fact, I know we should hang out this weekend. So let's exchange numbers. Hit me up later or I'll hit you up later. I don't want to take too much of your time. I'm in a rush. Let's make that happen. Call me later or I'll call you later. You have a nice day. And then you'll see her interest. But to sit and wait to ask me if I think she interested or how high her interest is, and you want me to sell you a course or something? You want me to lie to you and sell you a course? Because that's what most of these dudes gonna do. They're gonna lie and sell you a course. They're gonna be like, yeah, and act like they know what they talk about. Can't nobody tell you how high no interest is, but the bitch you interested. Okay. All right. So y'all got to stop being scary and go make it fucking happen. Damn. I'm not trying to be mean. All right, let's see. I'm thinking about, so I'm more than likely going to have a code approach workshop for the for the Seduction Mastery. The Seduction Mastery coming on December 15th. If you struggle with code approaching, I'm more than likely going to have a code approach workshop again. I'm going to have a code approach workshop, a live workshop on code approaching. So if that's where you struggle at, you need to get your ass on the wait list. And I'm going to put the link in the chat again. If that's something you struggle, you need to get on the wait list right now and you need to invest in that. I don't want to hear that, oh, I'm scared and I don't struggle with code approach and I get nervous, and we'll clear all that up for you, okay? No, that was the wrong one. Let's see. It's this one. Seduction Mastery 2025. All right. That's the link right there. I need help cold approaching. Get on the wait list, Marco. How to handle rejection gracefully when you keep seeing her in the future, like at work, Jim. Why you give a fuck about her? Like, fuck her. She don't what does her validation mean to you? Kill your ego and you wouldn't worry about, not kill your ego, get your ego in check and you wouldn't be worried about some woman's validation. Like, who is she to where you have to worry about? She okay? That's her loss. You keep it moving. Like, why does she mean so much to you to where you got to even be thinking about that? If you reject me today, I see you tomorrow. There ain't no love. Like, we ain't a match for each other. Like, there's nothing to even think about. There's no hard feelings. That's you and the pedestal you place women on, and that's you, your ego wanting to be more important than you are in a woman's life that you don't even know. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, y'all, listen, Seduction Mastery, December 15th. I'll more than likely be back again next week to chop up some more game live. Definitely a podcast episode is coming next week. So y'all be on the lookout for that. The game is appreciated. I appreciate you guys, and I appreciate you guys for showing up. I really appreciate it. Seduction Mastery. Click the link that's in the description. Click the link that's in the chat. Click the link that's in the comments. If you're watching on Facebook, send me a message on Instagram that says seduction. All right, let's see who I'm gonna give the shit to. Who I'm gonna give it to? All right, Jay Smooth, put your email in the chat real quick. Jay Smooth, put your email in the chat real quick. I need your email, Jay Smooth. I would say message you on Instagram, but it's gonna be I'm gonna get 100 people to say, "Oh, my name Jay Smooth," and be lying. So I need your email. Hurry up, bro, before I pick somebody else. You taking any more questions? Go ahead. This is the last. I'll take one more. I'll take one more. I don't see it, Jay Smooth. No, because the workshops is something new. So you'll get a bunch of you get a big deal on it, but you won't be able to get the new workshops. You gotta pay for that. The live workshops. Is the game harder or easier with social media? It just depends on who you are. The game is whatever you make it, my brother. The game is whatever you make it. And that's the truth. Jay Smooth, you got 10 seconds. Because I don't see your thing. Shout out to Shanti G too. I didn't see his super chat. Shanti G. And shout out to Londonich. I think I seen your super chat, Londonich. I think I shouted you out. But Shanti G for the $1.99 super chat, and Londonich, appreciate you for the $5 super chat. I'm just not seeing that. Jay Smooth, let me see if he put it. Cause this nigga, I'm sitting on here. Also, to y'all drop a comment, man. Welcome back in the comments. Once this live go off, y'all go to the comments and drop "Bring That Game Back" or "Welcome Back" or something. But y'all show me some love in the comments. Not these comments, but the comments after the video go off. All right, I'm finna pick somebody else because Jay Smooth ain't putting his email. Mr. Moet, you still here? Mr. Moet, are you still here? Mr. Moet. Let me get that email, brother. Mr. Moet. You sent it 3 times. You sent it where? I don't see it. Matter of fact, Jay Smooth, what's your Instagram? Give me your Instagram right now. Give me your Instagram. I don't see it. Mr. Moet and Jay Smooth, y'all give me y'all Instagrams. Put your Instagram in the chat. It probably won't let you put the email. Let's see. Man, you just nigga, you ain't even following me on. Y'all don't even follow me on Instagram. Mr. Moet, what's your Instagram? How do you handle when you know you good looking, but cold approaching in the city is ruthless? You get rejection so much because it's fast paced environment and girls have, that's a part of the game. It's everybody ain't gonna like you. Everybody is not gonna like you, brother. And that's all right. You know, you said you one of them dudes that need a woman's validation. You fix that and you ain't got to worry about that no more. Fix your dependence on female validation. If you fixed your dependence, for all my guys that struggle with getting rejected, right? If you get rid of your dependence on female validation for your survival, rejection wouldn't bother you. The reason that rejection bothers you is because you depend on women to feel better about yourself. And as a man, that is a sad place to be. That's not a place you want to be in life. You understand? To where women make you feel better about yourself. Your source of feeling better about yourself, your source of feeling powerful as a man is whether a woman likes you or not, or if a woman is interested in you or not. That is a very, very, very bad place to be in as a man. You will live a slow, miserable life until you fix that, okay? All right, y'all, I'll send y'all the link. Player TV 81. How do I stop needing? That's, you got to join the Players Club, my brother, or put your name on the get on the wait list for Seduction Mastery, theseductionmastery.com. Click the link in the chat, click the link in the bio, click the link in the description. December 15th is going way, way, way up. There's nobody in this business that got more fire game than me, for sure. You know, I've touched and changed countless lives with this good game. Get your life changed too. But I see you guys probably next Monday. Also, sometime around midweek. Y'all make sure y'all be on the lookout for that new Savor Bro episode. But I catch y'all next week. I forgot my slogan. It's been a while. I forgot my slogan. This your gracious, there you go. This your gracious game advisor. Yours truly, King Dre. I'm out.